The splendor of our cities illuminates the entire world. And, like moths to the flame, usurpers come to challenge our sovereignty, tearing Egypt apart. For a new weapon of war has emerged, and it has swept over Egypt like a storm in the desert.
Most powerful Pharaoh, Egypt cries out for your help. The menacing Hyksos have invaded our land and have set up their own capital at Roarthi. From Roarthi, they have disrupted many of our trade routes, choking off needed supplies. We must stop their conquest before it is too late. If it pleases you, great Pharaoh, we should reclaim the city at Khmun, which has been violated by these foul invaders. We should also build a strong army and navy, for we may need to supply troops and arms to our compatriots in the north, especially at Roarthi, to help repel the Hyksos incursion. They will look to you, child of Ra, for support. But now, we too have a new weapon. Our wise military leaders have become proficient in the use of the dreaded chariot, and we shall turn it back upon our enemies and drive them before us. Once we drive the troublesome Hyksos out, our military advisors recommend building a fort in Sinai at Sharuhed to prevent further invasions from the east. If only our trouble was limited to the north. Reports from our southern border show that the Nubians are once again taking advantage of a distracted Egypt. They have reclaimed the southern cities of Icon and Het. While these lost cities are cause for concern, we must first oust the Hyksos before we can turn our attention southward. These Hyksos are most unholy invaders. We have just discovered that they have defiled the pyramid here in Khmun. They have stolen from the pyramid all the burial provisions that the mighty Pharaoh interred here needs in the field of reeds. We should provide a new supply of grave goods so that the Pharaoh buried here can enjoy life everlasting.
All right, well, that is an intro to this final dynasty in Pharaoh. Khmun, Egypt reclaimed. And let's see, population 6,000, prosperity rating of 50, kingdom rating 75, culture 55, monument 18. But it sounds like we already start with the pyramid. And we are, of course, continuing on maximum difficulty here of very hard. And we might have to prepare some military in terms of beating away these Hyksos and the Nubians. But anyway, let's go to the city and see what we're dealing with. And let's pause the game and have a look around. So there is the pyramid. So the brick pyramid is complete, so we don't have to worry about that. And what are our resources? We've got chickpeas, barley, flax. Okay, we've got plain stone quarries, potter, brewery, weaver, brickworks, shipwright. So everything is pretty much as we left it, as we know it. Though under military we have chariot makers and we got charioteers. I'd love to build some of those, but I'm not sure if we're gonna need them. So okay, there is not much floodplain. There's only a little bit here. Lots of meadows though. Lots of meadows. And a lot on this western side as well. So I might be able to get quite a lot of farms going, but it seems to be telling me that there shouldn't be too much floodplain reliance. Now let's have a look at the world map. So where are we? Where's Khmun? Right there. There's our city. Now what things can we do? So here's a water trade route to buy beer. Okay. Here is a land trade route which buys beer as well. Jewelry. Buys barley. Buys bricks. Okay. Well, what about Sharuhen? Doesn't buy anything. Sells copper. We might need that. Okay. Tyre. Sells incense, wood, and copper. Is that Tyre or Tyre? I'm not too sure, but I'm going to say Tyre. Fuenet is here as well for more incense. So that's just one type of luxury good, I think. Because both are incense. Yeah. So it seems like our primary export is going to be beer. This is a land trade route. This is a water trade route. And the land trade route even buys barley. So Okay, that seems to be our primary export. So how are we gonna actually build up a city? Yeah, our target is for 6,000 people, so we do need a significant enough city. I think I'm gonna have to maybe build between these two areas here. And maybe not too close to the edge, but being between, having the housing blocks go down the middle and having industry and farmland on the left and right. I think that's pretty much the best we could do it, most efficient way we could do it. Now, how about docks? Docks have to go down here. So if we are doing some water trade, it's going to have to go down this way. There is not a lot of flat coast. And if we do want to go for some plain stone quarries, it's going to have to be across the river. Alright, so we've got a lot to build, and we start with 6,700. Let's get things started. Alright, so things do just take off straight away. He, the mighty city of He, has fallen to our enemies. So where was that? He. Where is He? Is it down here? Oh, the Nubians have invaded down this way. Okay, so that's going to be a problem. Anyway, I'm just sort of starting out here by putting down some barley farms on the floodplains. We can actually sell a ton of beer. So I'm just going to use up all of this floodplain here, have some roads coming out, and we're going to have our beer industry set up. So we're going to do this, going to have this road come out like that, have a road come out like this. I'll avoid the meadows for now, because I probably will be using that. I'm going to have the beer industry come down this way, because this is where we can get a dock, even though we are going to be starting with our land trade routes first. But that's how that's going to start. And of course, we do need to get a work camp. I suppose one work camp should do for now. Yeah, we'll have a work camp there. We'll have a couple of houses there. We're going to roadblock this off, and that will get that farming done, and we can have the breweries going along here, storage over here, land trade route, water trade route. That's going to be fantastic. All right, so now I'm going to clear off some space over here for our residential area. Let's clear off all of this road here. Now, I don't want to do the standard blocks all over again. Like, I keep using the heart block, and it's the usual standard stuff. But I kind of want to just be a bit more natural with how I build things, like maybe not follow block design so much, right? So I'm going to try to do a bit more of a free-form design and see how that looks. Alright, so this is a meager start to our city here. We've got a couple of blocks designed here. I just sort of went with whatever I felt like building. Nothing really that planned. We got 3 temples down. Ra might be getting a little upset as he is our patron god, but never mind. But also, the first meager harvest of barley has come in here, and it seems like... there is a flood this year. Okay, fantastic. So next year we'll actually be able to start making some proper beer. We've got a couple houses just scattered on both sides here. Do you not have any employees? Come on, you gotta pass one of these houses, right? There we go. So we got at least for 200 units, 32 units. Oh, you're not working. 104 units. So we've got 5 units of beer coming in. We've got 3 storage yards, 1 to store barley and then 2 to store beer, because we do need quite a bit. And why is employment not stabilizing? I think I should actually have a couple houses somewhere in the middle rather than at the ends, right? So let's just go ahead and do that. That's fine for now. People are moving in. How is employment? We have 27 unemployed workforce, which I guess I don't have to worry about too much right now. We're kind of really low on money, so the big focus of things right now is that we need to get the beer exports going, because to open up the first land trade route, it's going to cost 400, but there's no point doing that until we actually get some beer in. So I just have to wait until we can maximize our beer exports, which will be next year, and then things will be going along quite nicely. 59% unemployed workforce probably means I should just drop down more breweries for next year. This costs a bit of money, but yeah, that's fine. And I probably should delete a few houses as we do this, right? We probably don't need all these houses quite yet, so let's just limit the number of people coming in so that it doesn't become too much of a problem. Yeah. Alright, so this is a decent enough start. Once some beer comes in, there we go, some beer is already coming in. We can open up the trade route, and this is... there we go. Once a few more comes in, we'll open up the trade route, sell that. That should get us to last until next year, and then we can wait until the following year's harvest, and then that'll be good. Alright, let's keep going. And the first traders are coming in here, and also I just sort of went into debt, and there was a bit of a gift of 1,500, I think, to allow me to start building up a military here with archers, just something basic. And here comes the first trader to buy some of this early beer, and we've got 4 units to sell, so that should get us a bit of money, enough to last even with going into the first bit of debt there. And all of this is now farming very nicely. So this next harvest of barley should show us how much barley we get in terms of beer production. We've got a lot of breweries right here, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Now these towers are actually functioning towers if I wanted to get them working. I'm not sure how invasions will work here because what's this? Alert your soldiers for the Egyptian army is engaged in combat at a distant city of Rawarti and requires you to dispatch reinforcements there. Send troops to their aid within 9 months. Alright, so we've got 9 months, and this fort is coming in. I don't think there's time to train 2 forts, so the question is, do I build a military academy and go into debt for it? It's 1,500. We'll go into a little bit of debt, but it might be worth it to have these archers properly trained to send them off. 9 months it's a decent amount of time. But I suppose it's okay to go into debt for this until we should be able to get the next beer. Yeah. I'm gonna build a military academy straight away. That's gonna use up some of our employment here. We're in debt by just a little bit, which is gonna be bad. But we should be able to survive 1 year at least. Employees needed. I did delete a few houses, so we'll slowly add those back. And there we go. That's pretty much the best we can do. Once this is full, we'll be able to dispatch the troops. We've got 8 months here. So at least when this is full, or we've got no time left, we'll dispatch it, and we're gonna make sure at least this is... hopefully they do get a bit of experience from this military academy. Alright, so that's a start. Okay, so this big harvest of barley is coming in here. Plenty of barley, which should be able to last a year. Some surplus here. I think we'll be able to use that throughout the year to create more and more beer. There seems to be plenty of it, and that will get us out of debt. And also, we're just about getting a full company of archers right here, and they are skilled thanks to this military academy. And our employment is just nice, 5% unemployment here. We do have 2 months left. So I don't know if 1 skilled company of archers is going to be enough, but we're just going to... Is that the final archer? That is the final archer. So let's just wait for this archer to get to the fort to make sure there's no walking glitches here. Is that too much barley? Do I need more breweries? I'm really not too sure, but there we go. We can now dispatch troops. Let's go here. Kingdom service. The Lions. 16 skilled archers. Dispatch. That's the best we can do. That's the best we can do. Now, we're just waiting for beer to come in here. We do have some on the way, and that's kind of all we have to wait for. The traders did just come by here. There we go. Look how much beer comes in straight away. And more beer is being delivered out here. I think that's a good amount of barley to last these breweries through the year. I will monitor it throughout this year. But yeah, now, is this trader going to the warehouse?
Dangerous trek here was for I'll be a
Yes.
hero when I bring these goods back to my homeland.
Okay, so we missed 1 caravan there, but this guy's gonna come and buy 8 of these, which should get us out of debt. Floods will be poor, apparently, and alright. But we are out of debt, so that's good. We don't want to go to a debt anniversary and lose kingdom rating, but okay. So now we just have to wait for the rest of this beer to be delivered. It seems like all these breweries are remaining functional. It's just this one warehouse delivering this barley to all of these breweries. It's a tough job. It's a tough job. And here we go. More guys are coming in to buy more beer. And there we go. Now we're solidly out of debt. And I probably should start building up my military a bit more. It's just I don't want to go into debt. But here's another fort of archers we can go ahead and place down. How is this aligned? I can have another fort of archers right there. And we actually stay in the black. More beers coming through. There we go. We now have the funds to fund the military. And what is... Look at these walker glitches. You're not supposed to be doing that. I'm going to double roadblock there. And just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and put another firehouse here. And another architect's post here. You guys aren't supposed to be spawning on that side. And isn't it interesting how they were spawning pretty much fine? See, sometimes they spawn on this tile, and then they'll walk the wrong way. And look at that! Heroes return! Your victorious soldiers are home from the war. Their numbers might be reduced somewhat since they left, but their comrades' sacrifice was for the good of Egypt. We actually won. One skilled archer fort was enough. Now, how many are left? 8. So half of our archers died, but there we go. Here are the victorious heroes returning. And right, let's just make sure Ra is unhappy because he's our patron god, and we do need to get another temple to Ra here. This is going to be a little... there's not really any proper place we should be building this for now, but I guess it's going to go over here. Nah, I don't know. Just going to build it over here for now. Yeah, that does put us into debt, but more traders are coming in here. Employees needed, which means we can just extend a few more houses here. And more traders are coming in. How much beer are we trading? So it is 4,000 units. I'm not sure. Are we producing 4,000 units a year? Because we could always produce even more, and then we could open up the sea or the river trade route. But anyway, our military is looking a bit more formidable now. We do have these skilled lions and crocodiles, which will be trained up soon enough. So we'll have 2 forts of archers, so at least it's something in case of any requests. And I know I could use shrines for gods, but for the standard sort of keeping the gods happy, I always have one temple for each god, and then 2 for the patron god, then shrines beyond that, in case you guys are wondering. I know you guys like me building shrines. Alright, so this is a pretty decent start, and it seems like, woe is Icon, the mighty city of Icon has fallen to our enemies. Is Icon to the south? Nubia is coming on up here. So that means there is Wasit, which is an Egyptian city. So if they continue coming up this way, they might conquer Wast. And if they conquer that, we might be the next target if they're not going to Sau and they're just sticking to the Nile River here. No sign of the Hyksos invasion from the north, though. So we'll see how that goes. But there's still one buffer city before they get here. So we do want to keep our military going. Perhaps we do need to import some copper from Sharuhun here. Land trade route, we could import copper, turn it into weapons, get some infantry going. I'm not sure if we could afford charioteers, because we gotta import wood, I'm pretty sure, which will be very expensive. We'll see how it goes. Would you look at that? The Hyksos army is approaching and will reach your city in 9 months, which is not a lot of time. It's not a lot of time, is it? But meanwhile, let me just slow the game down here before anything happens. We still haven't fed our people, but we are expanding our breweries and barley industry and beer industry so we can get as much money as possible. We do have 2 full forts, or almost 2 full forts of archers, which might not be enough to hold off the Hyksos. But I also squeezed in a few farms here, which were low fertility, right? They're like 40-something fertility, which is okay. But over here on the left side, there's some really high fertility. These farms are not irrigated, and they're often above 70%. So this map does really have some of the most fertile meadowlands in the game that I've seen anyway. So we could expand more over on this side, but for now I just got this little area of 4 farms to boost up our barley supply to get more beer coming. And I think I am actually selling more than 4,000, well, I'm producing more than 4,000 units of beer a year. So I might want to open up this trade route, which also buys another 4,000 units. Look at that, 3 shields. I'm pretty sure that was 2 shields before, it's 3 shields now. So we could open up another trade route there. If I go ahead and put down a dock right here. right? And I could open up this trade route here to just get as much money going as possible. Let's pay to open that water trade route. We are selling as much beer as possible. So we'll wait for a boat to come in. That'll give us our money back. And we'll probably need more breweries as we continue to expand the brewery industry. Are all these working? No workers live nearby, really? And if they... I guess... I don't know, if they should walk this way... Is there a road connection here? There is. If they walk this way, they should pass these two houses. If they walk that way, they should pass those two houses. I've got to keep an eye on where this white walker dude is going. Because either way they walk, they should pass by houses. Wait, why does he just disappear there? Or was he from this farm? I don't know. I'm going to have to monitor that situation a little bit. But anyway, what else can we do? We could import copper and start getting more infantry. Or we could... That's going to cost a lot of money, isn't it? Or I could just go ahead and put down another fort of archers. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do here, but I'm going to have to see what the kind of invasion we're dealing with here. Because I might be already dead. I might need infantry to hold this off, but we're going to have a look at what's actually coming at us from the Hyksos. Alright, so there is an invasion on the way, and we've made some money here with a third fort of archers, and we have actually, I had to go ahead into the future a little bit, because just to confirm that the Hyksos are going to invade from the north, and they are indeed going to invade from the north. So, they are coming with chariots, so I'm going to go ahead and use this money we have here to build some defensive structures, because we do not have any infantry, because we haven't had the opportunity to get some copper in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build a wall right here with access to some of these houses so that we can actually use a nice bit of wall and some towers here to get some defenses going. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this. We will go into debt for this, but no problem. And we're going to put... I'm going to need at least 4 towers, I think. I'm going to put... one here, and then we need space for a little bit here, have another one there, and space for a little bit here, have another one there. And just to make sure that the wall can actually reach around, we can go a little bit further here, make sure there's room for the archers to spawn. Then we're going to need to build a road right here, and we are in debt, and we're going to need a road connecting over like this a little bit, going around this temple so that we can hook that up. So it's kind of like a loop so that these towers can actually access. Can I make this a nice perfect loop? We can. So I can clear off that, make sure those towers have access to employees. We will hook that up so that these towers have access to the recruiter over there. And as we make more money from the beer exports, which we are, these farms over here making this barley to supplement our barley production, beer production rather, is pretty good. If I could get another couple towers, that would be awesome. Actually, if I just go ahead and make room for that by extending this a little bit further, I could put another 2 towers here, right? That would be just perfect. I could put another 2 towers right there and there. So we'll have a total of 6 towers to hold off these Hyksos invaders. But we do need the money. Perhaps I should just put it down right now? We should be able to make the money back in time, right? Now this is very expensive because this is... Yeah, we're going to go into massive debt here, but that's okay. Gonna loop that over there, and we're going to have to loop this over like that, just to make sure the road is long enough, but as short as it possibly can be. That will be perfect. Okay, so we're gonna have 6 towers there. We'll see if we can get them manned, which shouldn't be a problem. And as the invaders approach, when there's 1 month remaining, we'll bring all of our archers over, and that should be able to deal with them. And there we go. The Hyksos army will be here in 1 month, bent on conquest. So let's slow the game down. We're gonna have to bring these guys over here. Let's go ahead and get archers. The towers have filled up, which are good, but our final fort, our newest fort, is not quite filled up. We could try and wait for a few more archers before sending them over, but I kind of don't think I can wait too long. By the way, we are still in debt here because we've sold, well, built so much stuff. What have you bought?
I'll be a hero when I bring these goods back to my homeland.
So we are selling a bit of barley here. Who's that guy? Wait, is that?
No enemies have been sighted.
Oh, it's a
but
sentry.
nonetheless.
Oh, I'm not used to seeing sentries walk around like that. Anyway, I don't think we can wait on one more archer here. We're gonna have to send these guys over. Let's send you there. These 6 towers are currently manned and functional, so that's good. How's our employment looking? We are just short by 10 people, so that's not too bad. Beer and barley have stocked up. I'm only selling barley if it's like beyond, like filled to the brim here in the warehouse. I want to make sure there's always barley going around. And as this year goes on, we'll see if we can actually max out our beer sales. Looks like we sold max there, but we've not sold max there. We'll see how much we can buy here. But we have to deal with this invasion. So let's see how this one goes. They're going to be here any second now. And they are coming from this side. Archer's just about making it. Let's see if we can hold them off. Those chariots are going to be the scariest thing. And these archers, they just rush in. They don't wait at all. Look at that. We got a few more archers reinforcing the middle there, and there are those chariots. Look at this Jacob Her, the Hyksos soldier. Let's kill these guys as quickly as possible. The chariots rush in, and we do need to just maybe kill 1 or 2 of these chariots, and then we could probably scare them off. These towers are firing, but look how powerful these chariots are. And here comes the infantrymen. We're going to lose so many of our troops, but hopefully we can hold them off. Hopefully. The towers are firing away, which are helping. These chariots are... I'm not sure if those chariots... Are all my archers firing? I think all my archers are firing. Some of my archers are running away, though. Some of the infantry are running through the side. If we can kill enough of them, then hopefully they'll just start retreating. But these 2 infantry, I hope they don't kill anything important. And our archers are all being completely decimated. It's horrible. And Bubastis can... A trade route to Bubastis can now be opened. We will... Where is Bubastis? Where's Bubastis? I want to know what we can sell there. Okay, they buy more beer? Wow, okay. That's another land trade route. So we could sell even more beer after this. But there we go. We've scared off some of the invaders. They are retreating, and I think they're dead. I think we actually held them off. Those chariots were terrifying, and now they're actually stabbing my towers here. Can we kill those guys, please? I think there's... Oh, there was 1 chariot left over. Is he still alive?
You call that an army? We'll have no trouble defeating that motley crew.
They're dead! We fought off the Hyksos invaders! Fantastic. We're still in debt, though, and our army is decimated. But having them... Disease. Oh no, that's not so good. I forgot. We do need physicians, and employees are needed. We do need physicians on this map. So let's go ahead and get some physicians down before things become too difficult. Alright, so we're going to make our money back. I think these traders should get us just about out of debt if we can get a bit more beer going. More barley harvests are coming through. And with that new trade route to Bubastis, we could sell an additional amount of beer. So we could just produce even more. These 2 houses, it won't affect these farms. This farm is just not working. I think we can just delete that. That one's not functioning. These over here are functioning, so that's okay. But these are the most fertile. Okay, so everything's looking good and on the up and up. Hopefully we can get our army back in time before anything else happens and get ourselves out of debt. These towers really did their job, though. Would you look at that? Your city has been attacked by the Hyksos army, and now Itjatawi, an Egyptian city, is under attack and needs your help. You should dispatch troops within 7 months. 7 months, that's not a long time for my army to recuperate. Hopefully we could get a decent enough army, maybe? I don't know. At least they'll be academy trained. Meanwhile, with money back in the black, we are going to focus on building some farms now. Let's go ahead and use up this meadowland here. And I probably could also be able to... we could get some irrigation going as well. So let's go ahead and get these farms like that. Maybe... how could I make this as efficient and functional as possible? If I just have like maybe 6 farms, 5 farms? I don't really want to build there. Maybe here. Get those farms going so we could have a road that comes around like this, comes around like that, and a road that does that. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna need to have a couple houses and firehouse architects posts. Make sure, I'm not sure if, do farms burn down? I'm not too sure actually. I'll have to double check that. If I just go to risks, fire, I don't, maybe they don't burn down? Risks, damage, maybe they don't need these things. Just to be sure, I will go ahead and delete those. A couple of houses are required for employment though, and we could go ahead and figure out where to put a water lift here. We could, oh, we can get one right there. We could get one on the back here as well. That might actually work out for the best. If I put one, let me just do that, get rid of that. We can have this road come over like this, and then we could actually irrigate these farms, improving their fertility even further, if I'm not mistaken. And we can have this go around. We can't actually go around the back that way. I'm gonna have to maybe wrap it around like this. That should work. And we stay in the black. Okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. We just gotta wait for these houses to move in and make sure the farms aren't actually at risk of fire or damage. But that's gonna start bringing in our first batch of food, which we should probably set up somewhere over here. Send troops within the next 6 months, no problem. A granary could very easily go here somewhere. Or maybe I should have it down this side. Perhaps down this side? Just store the food right here. It's a bit far for the market walkers though. Perhaps I could... I'll figure it out, I'll figure it out. I just need to look around. Money is streaming in though. So as our employment is a little short, we probably need to get more people in. So let's go ahead and probably just populate this area here, this area here. Get nice row of houses right there. That should bring in the people we need. We will just roadblock this off, establishing the new area. Fantastic. All this looks really good. Let's just keep on going and make sure Itjatawi doesn't die. Okay, I actually had to reload the game a little bit to just after the last invasion because I didn't realize that this is dispatch waterborne troops. And we have 2 months left now. So I went into even more of a massive debt, which is not going to be good if we reach a debt anniversary. It was minus 4,000 earlier. We're just selling all the beer we have to try and get it back up. But for now, we've got 1 transport wharf and 1 warship. So let's just try and embark these troops. We'll try our best. Try and get that going. And we got 1 warship. Hopefully that's going to be enough. 1 warship plus 1 company of archers in a boat. Are we short 1? No, we got 16 here. That's fine. So we got 2 months left. And I always worry about getting troops onto a boat. It can always be very difficult. But let's see if we can do this. Is that archer part of this company? Because that would be... It is, damn. We have to wait for all the troops to be in position. Okay, come on over. Do we have time? Okay, I think we got time. It still says 2 months. Let's get this archer over. Okay, it's October now. Please get in the boat. Send troops quickly. Yep. Get in the boat, come on. And they're in the boat. Okay, now, let's go to here. We have the Cobras, and also we have this. So we have 1 company of archers. They are skilled, and 1 warship. Hopefully this is enough. Dispatch a relief force. Yeah, go. And off they go. Warship just disappears. It did go, right? Abroad. Okay, fantastic. So that's the best we possibly could have done. Now we're still in massive debt. I'm trying to increase my beer industry. to sell as much as we can. I had to, because I reloaded, we didn't have the food industry, so we're just gonna focus on increasing our beer production. That's the best we can do right now. So let's put down 2 more breweries, because that's how much employment we have, and hopefully everything turns out okay. Hey, would you look at that? Heroes return. It hasn't been all that long, but your victorious soldiers are home from the war. Their numbers might be reduced somewhat since they left, but the comrade sacrifice was for the good of Egypt. We saved Ichjatawi, and our warship is back. Hull strength is strong and rested, and if I recall correctly, the warship, the transport, just comes and dumps soldiers somewhere. So let's see if they actually dump them somewhere sensible, because sometimes they just dump them right at the entrance point. All right. Our troops came back. We're still in debt. We're almost out of debt. Would you look at that? We're almost out of debt. I'm really increasing our beer production here. Troops are home. We only lost a few. Would you look at that? Yeah, go there and go get yourself repaired. Yeah. Do you need repairs? No. Let's repair our warship. Ooh, we're almost out of debt. Come on, someone just buy a little bit of beer. So we don't have a debt anniversary. Yes, look at that, back in the black. We're not gonna have a debt anniversary. Kingdom rating fallen a little bit, but not the worst thing. We actually did it. I feel like the worst is over. More barley coming in here, keeping these things, and because your troops capably dispatched for at Ichjatawi has been saved from our enemies, and that is a city where is Ichjatawi? Right there. We could have lost our trade route to Ichjatawi. 4,000 beer a year. We did not want to lose that. We definitely do not want to lose that. And now, with our money climbing back up, we can start working on opening this new trade route, land trade route to Bubastis, so that we can get even more beer sold. And as more people move in, we can increase our beer production. Barley is still holding up, so I'm not sure how much. If we need any more barley, oh look at that, we've done it. There we go. Let's get a couple more brewers right there, and we can go ahead and open up this trade route. Fantastic. Let's make as much money as we possibly can. Employees needed, yes. So we could get more people moving in here. We've expanded to this new housing area here in front of the pyramid. Extended the road just a little bit here so we could get a watering hole there. And now, finally, I think we can focus on feeding our people. Maybe. maybe we can do it. But I think now we've maximized. What is this? We should grant you a gift of 1,600 pieces of pottery. Oh, would you look at that? We could actually use that if we made some room for it. And you know what? I think we can make some room for it right here. 1,600. Half of the storage yard should do it. We'll just take it in for now. Fantastic. So now we're going to focus on feeding our people once I get a bit of a stockpile of food, or rather a stockpile of money, and I think we're good to go. There we have it. We've got the first batch of food coming in, and we're doing the little food trick here where we have a storage yard set to accepting chickpeas and the granary set to getting the chickpeas. So this is going to bring in our first bit of food here. And also, there's been some strange walker behavior with the physicians. You can see here they're not really covering everything appropriately, and these loops seem to be too big for physicians, but they're not too big for other things. But even with 2 physicians here, it's not really covering these buildings at the back, which is kind of like they just keep walking the same way and they're not actually going for a full loop. So I'm having a bit of problems keeping disease away from this side, and even with 2 physicians, it takes a while to get things down. But as we feed people, if we feed people, we should be able to keep off some disease. That looks like quite a bit of food. So let's go ahead and put down our first bazaar of this mission, which I'm going to place right here. That should be safe enough. I'm going to put a bazaar right there, and you are going to be just buying chickpeas for now to feed this one area, the smaller area. There's a lot of houses here. I don't want to overload the system. This has just been one harvest. First feeding is always difficult. But money-wise, I have cash to splash, so we're just like plazaing this up. And also, while we are at it, I need to put down a storage yard right here to bring in copper. We are going to start importing copper. Do we already have? We need to open up a land trade route here. Let's go ahead and start importing copper. We're going to import to maintain 800 so that we can then put down some weaponsmiths right around here so that we can actually set this to accepting weapons as well. And then we can actually start training up some infantry, which would be very, very good. All right, so our city's finally on the way here. I think we're going to be good to go. Nice, safe, and stable. Beer is selling quite a lot. I'm going to check how much beer we're actually producing if we're maxing out our sales. Another 1,500 can be sold there. We've sold 2,600 there. We've sold 600 there. I think we could produce even more beer to maximize our exports even more. But for now, I think we're making plenty of money. Look at that. We got another 3,000. I could go ahead and put down another fort for infantry. There's a road there. I'm going to put down an infantry fort now, just so we can actually start getting troops as soon as possible. A bit of infantry would be great to have while we have the money and the cash to splash. Okay. And what is this? Your soldiers for the Egyptian army is engaged in combat in the distant city of Rawarti and requires you to dispatch reinforcements there. Send troops to their aid within 8 months. Is it land? Small force will attack. Okay, so I could totally just send archers out, can't I? Right? If I send 3 archers, that should be fine. So land troops are needed. So I could just send 3 archers right now. That should be okay, right? That should be okay. Let's go ahead and dispatch those. Send 3 groups of archers. And on the back of this, as we import copper, which should be with you.
Our long and dangerous trek here. Our long and dangerous trek
there we
here
go.
was for nothing. The city won't trade.
All right, we're gonna bring in the copper now. This bazaar should be getting food soon, right? And also we put down these pavilions because why not? Also, let's just double check the gods. They're all displeased. We could be putting money into shrines, I guess. Which we will need some space to do them. I'll go find a nice space for shrines. Probably another couple for Ra here. Since he's patron god, might as well get him pleased. And meanwhile, let's have a look at the disease risk. It's still not really clearing off on this side. We're trying to clear it off. Hopefully with a few more passes of physicians. Maybe if I just temporarily put a physician right here. That will clear off some things there. Just temporarily. And we're a little short on workers, but as we feed people, that should, come on, clear off the disease. Spawn a walker. Because that's the most dangerous spot right now. There we go. That should clear off that problem. And there we go, we're finally evolving some houses. Too little entertainment. Really, do jugglers not count? Entertainment, jugglers. Yeah, jugglers are fine. So I guess we could just go ahead and preemptively put down a conservatory as well. So let's go ahead and put that there. Get some musicians in the school. In the pavilions rather. Barley's looking good. Food's looking okay. We might need another harvest. When is the next harvest? By the way, this irrigation of these farms brings everything up to pretty much most of these farms to 99%. Look at that. So we're farming. We're farming a lot. These meadows, constant 99% fertility. It's amazing. Anyway, let's keep on going. And there we have it, Heroes Return. We sent those archers off, they're back in town. We're gonna just shift this over there. We have fed this one area over on this side and put a palace back here. Unemployment at 5%, more people coming in. Population is reaching 2,000. I think if I continue to evolve these houses, we might be able to reach 6,000 just from these 2 housing areas. Squeeze in a few more houses. Food has come in for a second batch here. Just to make sure things stabilize, I'll let this area be properly fed from this bazaar. But I think, I don't know, some of these houses are a little low on food. So I'm gonna let that, sort itself out. And I think if I want to feed this area, I'm gonna need probably 2 bazaars and a lot more food. Yeah. So I'm going to be careful about that. But using this storage yard to hold the food and letting the granary take it seems to be working quite nicely. Beer exports are not maxed out, but decent enough. Weapons are coming in, and what is this? Because your troops helped win the day at Rawarti, Egypt has successfully conquered the renowned city, expanding our influence still further. Fantastic. And I've got a first fort of infantry coming in here. We lost some archers, but there we go. We've got weapons coming in, and we'll have at least one fort of infantry. I'd love to get chariots, but they'll probably be very expensive. Now, Rowarti is an Egyptian city and protected. I have a feeling that's going to be a trade route in the future. But I think we are good to go. We're just about hitting 2,000 people right now. Entertainment looks good. We have pottery from a gift we actually got, and we could distribute that if we wanted to. But yeah, there we go. 2,000 people. How are the gods feeling? Probably unhappy. They're all resentful. We need some shrines going. We're a little low on money, but I'm not too concerned. We could go ahead and get another shrine to Ra there, I guess. And maybe another shrine to Ptah here. And a shrine to Set here. That should keep the gods at least a little bit happy. Alright, fantastic. And yeah, I also found out and realized that farms do not need to be protected by firehouses or architects, so I deleted those out. And also our disease risk, I'm trying to make sure nothing horrible happens, and it seems like it has cleared up here with a third physician, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that now. 2 physicians should be able to keep these areas disease-free. This side I also put 2 physicians because some of these houses kept having problems. It seems to be cleared up now. And now we shoot for our objectives. Ah, would you look at that? Because the foreign city of Rowarti has been subjugated by our troops, a new trade route to Rowarti can now be opened. Alright, let's have a look at what that entails. So, they buy copper, okay. They sell papyrus, pottery, bricks, meat. I mean, we could probably... We can't produce... Yeah, we could import pottery. That allows these houses to expand. Actually, I never really looked at that. Do people... We can import clay. Okay, we can import clay if we want to set up a clay industry. We could actually just do it over on this side. Since that trade route is already opened, I don't see why we couldn't do it. But right now we're just sort of stabilizing our food supply. I think we've got enough food to stabilize this one area. Maybe if we can get in a few more farms, we could... We've got a lot of chickpea farms going there. We probably need a few more farms before we can actually get this area fed. We are going for 6,000 people, so we're not even halfway there. But money is coming in. Let's speed the game up here. Money is coming in, and we got pretty much infinite money. Military is looking good. We've got this wall if we're ever invaded from the north again. Got plenty of troops this time. Training up more infantry. At least we got some infantry. I might need one more of those. You know what? Probably before I actually go ahead and do anything, I should prep to make sure I have at least one more infantry fort right here. We got plenty of money, so I'm not going to be too concerned about that. If money is really not a problem, I might just want to import pottery straight, but that's probably a less efficient way of doing things. We actually have 11% unemployment. Jeez, I did not realize. I guess we want to go ahead and put down a bunch of potters here. 4 potters should do. This storage yard can go ahead and accept. Let's make a quarter of clay. And we are going to start importing clay. Just to keep... We'll import to maintain 800? Yeah, import to maintain 800. So we'll keep that going. Is this storage yard currently accepting... I probably should get a closer storage yard than this. Let's not accept that. And I probably could get a functioning storage yard right here, right? That should work. So this one is going to then accept... We're going to set to get a quarter of beer. And we are going to get a quarter... We'll make it a half of pottery. So we'll keep beer storing up here. And we could actually set it so that we only export beer when it's over 800. So we will maintain 800 beer in this storage yard, and we can sell everything else which is stored over on this side. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. Okay. So besides that, we could probably get this housing area evolved if we just set this to start buying pottery. Yeah, we'll let that go. Okay. So that should deal with some of the unemployment as these potters are now down. These houses will evolve into more people. We're going to need to find places to put them in. How are the gods feeling? They are displeased. Let's get some shrines to Ra going as well. I think we could probably fit maybe a couple around here somewhere. Yeah, we could have a couple shrines to Ra right there to offset the desirability. Okay, so we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on making money. This seems to be functioning. We're going to have clay come in, pottery made over here. Everything's looking good. And yeah, I think we're just going to focus on growth right now. Ah, would you look at that? It mentions a new trade route to Roartia again, but the Hyksos army will reach your city in 6 months. Be prepared for their arrival. Alright, so we're not too sure where they're going to come from. I mean, they'll come from the north, right? So they could spawn up here, which we are better prepared for this time. We've got some infantry going, we've got more archers, we've got... Well, maybe not that, but we should fill out these 4 forts first. We've got 1 warship, so my only concern is that it'll be a water invasion and we won't be able to do much about it. But with all these archers, we should be able to shoot them, and if they do try and land along here, we'll have some infantry. If they invade from this upper island here, well, they'll just show up and go home, because that's how invasions work in Pharaoh. Meanwhile, I've got pottery going out to these houses here, and we've got a few of these weird things here. And if you ever see this, you can always fix it. Oh, we've actually gone into debt because of all of our imports. I'm not too concerned about that, but you can see here, if you ever want to fix this problem where you got these small houses not evolving, just delete the one in the middle. These will all expand to take over the spot between them. Not much we can do about these though. Also these needs a supply of pottery, really. We have pottery in the bazaar, but we actually ran out of food. I did not realize. We kind of got to get more food farms down then. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and just put farms going along like that. And I guess this road should go along like that. And could we actually make this work in a way that makes sense? If we roadblock that, that should still work fine. And is this irrigated? 61%, 87, 94. That one's not quite irrigated. Let me just... You can see money does just come in here. So we can just go ahead and 1, 2, 3 do that. And that should increase the fertility of this farm, hopefully. Come on, where's the water? Is it not flowing through? Oh, I didn't connect underneath the roadblock. Ah, there we go. Is it still 61%? Oh, it says it is irrigated. Okay, so that's the best it can go. Alright, 3 extra farms should help feed these people. And I don't know why pottery has not reached... We got plenty of pottery. I'm not sure why pottery hasn't reached these houses. Where is the market lady? Ah, there we go. There we go. Now it's evolving those houses. That should help these houses evolve. And they need a supply of beer. Oh, maybe I demolished that house a bit too soon. Oh well, they'll eventually expand over. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, we're just going to prepare for that invasion. Looks like we're starting to get another bit of infantry here, and I think we should be fine. Ah, there we have it. The Hyksos army will arrive in the city in 1 month, bent on conquest. And we've actually got more farms going here. Look at that. This is probably definitely not the most efficient way of putting farms, but it's pretty space efficient. Anyway, they're going to be here next month. So let's just speed it up and see where this invasion is going to come from, shall we? People are indifferent to me, apparently. How are the gods feeling, actually? They're all apathetic. Okay, I did actually put down this festival square here, and we do have money. So you know what? Let's hold a festival for Ptah, for resources, I think. Or maybe for Set, for defense. You know what, just throw a festival for Set, why not? Now, where is this invasion coming from? There we go. Are they coming from the water, the north, or the island? It is the island, okay. Well, if that's the case, look at this. If I just speed it along, city health is getting worse. Play good strike. I'm gonna double check that. But oh, look how many chariots they have. Jeez. Okay, a day-long festival's held for Set. I don't think he's gonna give a blessing anytime soon. But these guys can't reach me. No floods next year, that's fine. But yeah, they're just gonna sit there, and then they'll be like, oh, we invaded from the wrong spot, and then they're gonna leave. Alright, so let's focus on boosting up food. When is the next harvest of this? In April? Okay. I'm thinking I could start feeding this area here. So, April, when it gets close to April, I'm gonna put down a market, maybe two markets to help feed this area. It's February now, so let's go ahead and put down 2 bazaars. How bizarre, how bizarre. And let's go ahead and make it just chickpeas for now, get more people in. We need more people to work at farms so they can feed the more people that move in. These guys are just sat there. Look at them, they're all sort of lost. Yanas, Hyksos soldier, you can go home whenever you feel like it. Anyway, the pottery supply has come in quite nicely. We're gonna start using up all our remaining food. How is this bazaar doing? Fine on pottery and food. These need a supply of beer, which we could provide, actually. We could provide. We're selling whenever it's over 800, but it seems like we have a bit less than 800. Oh no, we do have 800. Yeah. So we could go ahead and just set this to now buying beer, because... And also these houses keep losing pottery. It's kind of strange. Is the market lady not walking where she's supposed to walk? It might be the case. So if I go ahead and put maybe another bazaar right here, but set to not buying chickpeas, and this one's just for beer and pottery maybe. That might actually help things out. Right, so this one's not chickpeas. This one, I should actually set this to not... I don't know, it should be okay to have all the bazaars supplying everything, right? It's just I'm worried about food. And these houses now need a courthouse, which we can definitely just put down. Courthouse, let's make it efficient right here in the... maybe it'll be... Maybe I'll put it down this way. A bit closer to the pavilion, so that should be a bit better in terms of efficiency. We are starting to feed houses in this area, and look at all the money we have. Beautification Plaza, let's just plaza it up. Let's give all of you guys plazas, all of this can be plazas, no problem. We'll plaza all of that up. We'll plaza all of this up. You know what, we'll plaza there as well, why not? Okay, so all that's looking good. These single houses keep running out of pottery. I think it's a supply issue with how the bazaar ladies are walking around. And they say taxes are too high. And I think we don't need the money. So let's just drop this down to 4%. And we're going to pay people a little bit more than they're supposed to get. That should keep people happy. Food has come in. How are these bazaars doing? Looking for food? There's plenty of food. And we could also, while we're at it, go ahead and garden all of this up. Try and get these bazaars evolved, make them look nice. That should be good. There we go. Alright, so everything's looking good. We're now feeding this area right here, which is a difficult area to feed because there's so many houses and so many mouths to feed. So we need a large supply of food. And next harvest is going to be, it is every April. So this amount of food needs to feed all of these houses, and you can see each house takes 100 something. There's a lot of food that we need. Though we do have thousands of units of chickpeas, so that should be good. Now these houses, they need more entertainment, so we can make room for a dance school, I suppose, back here next to our palace. That should be fine. So we can get some dancers in. Hopefully there's no dancer glitch this time around. City needs more workers, more people are moving in again after dropping taxes. Food seems to be holding up for now, and military is looking established and ready to fight. Alright, what's this? Your city has been attacked by a Hyksos army, and now the Egyptian army is engaged in combat at the distant city of Sharuhen and requires you to dispatch reinforcements there, send troops to their aid within 10 months. Okay, so we do have a lot of troops here. Let me just have a look. Is it an average force? Okay, so it can be. Let's send infantry. You know what? Should we just send everything? It is land troops needed. Should I send everything? I suppose it should be fine, right? It will guarantee victory. It's overkill. Maybe I'll keep one set of archers back here, the lions. We'll send 2 infantry, 2 archers. That should deal with an average force. Nah, let's just send everything. Dispatch, that's fine. Meanwhile, I could go ahead and put another fort. I was thinking of getting chariots this mission, but I don't think we need them. I'm just gonna put down one more infantry fort. Actually, it'll probably be more efficient. No, I'll put it down here. Keep things a bit more organized. I'm gonna put another infantry fort here so our recruiter and weapons have something to do. Meanwhile, I have a large amount of unemployment as we try and reach our goal here. So I'm gonna slow the game down. And I'm thinking we might have to set up some kind of villa area or something like that. I feel like I should clear out these towers and set up a villa area right here. That might sort of make sense. They could have their own farms here. We could get resources from down here. It should be okay. It should be okay. Yeah, but we need to dump employment into something because we're only at halfway through our population goal and we are not... Well, we got a lot of surplus people, so I'm gonna try and figure something out, maybe a villa area, and we'll see how things can go. Okay, there we go. Because my troops helped win the day at Sharuhan, Egypt has successfully conquered the renowned city of Sharuhan, expanding our influence still further. And victorious soldiers are back from the war. So looking at things, looks like our troops came back not bad. 14. We just lost a couple in each, I think. And also, we did actually have a bit of money problem because of all the stuff I built here and putting more the linen industry down here, which, by the way, I have nowhere to store all of this. I guess I'll set this here, set this to accepting just linen. We might need that eventually, or maybe we could sell it or something. We actually sort of ran out of money setting all of this up, so I had to skip ahead a little bit. And also, I do keep forgetting to put water right here to give these houses water. Alright, so we're gonna see how this works, and it seems like worker access is a little erratic because of how things are positioned, but I think we could solve that if we just roadblock all of this and make sure things spawn there. That should allow all the... What is this? Because the foreign city of Sharuhan has been subjugated by our troops, the city of Ichitawi wishes to grant you a gift of 64 blocks of limestone. 64 blocks of limestone. Do we need that? What am I gonna do with 64 blocks of limestone? Well, I guess we could just accept it, right? I mean, I don't know what else to do with that, so I'll just do this. Perhaps we could sell it? Does anyone buy limestone? I don't think... What am I supposed to do with limestone? Why do they want to give us limestone? Oh well, I guess we'll get some limestone then, shall we? Alright, but besides that, the city seems to be pretty much stabilizing. We've kept unemployment below 10%. And also, there definitely was the dancer glitch. By the way, if we look at entertainment and look at dancers, the dancers were sort of walking all over the place, but I've been told, someone told me on YouTube that, oh, by the way, that is not connected. How did I not notice that? The dancer glitch happens when jugglers and dancers are sort of spawning, reaching the pavilion at the same time. So what I've done is I have deleted all of my jugglers, and it seems like dancer coverage has returned back to normal. It seems like it, right? No, wait, no, there's a dancer school there, that's fine, that's not a dancer glitch. Okay, I'm just keeping an eye on the dancers. But I think everything is now spawning as intended. The dancers, oh, no, there's a dancer right there. Would you look at that? Dancer glitch is still happening. Ah. I wish there was a reliable way to fix this. And let's accept the blocks of limestone. So it's not the jugglers, but for now, dancers seem to be getting around okay. At least down here. I'm not sure about this area. What was that? Oh, dude, some guy got killed by this croc. Alright, but food down here seems to have overflowed, which is good. We're going to need that. A bit of food has come in here. We can import meat, so that's going to give us 2 types of food for this expensive area here. Right now I'm just sort of making sure unemployment doesn't go too high as our population goes up. We're slightly over halfway to our target population. And look at that, we have 2 storage yards full of limestone. What am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with that? I don't know. Ah. Oh well. We'll just keep on going. Oh, would you look at that? 2,000 pieces of pottery as a gift, and we do actually have space for it, so let's accept that. Thank you very much, that's going to help out a little bit. And now I'm looking over at this block here, and it seems like food and stuff just doesn't quite reach this far end here. So I put down one more bazaar here, and that should help things go along a bit nicer in terms of food. It's currently October, so I actually put a road connection here for a little bit, and a lot of the chickpeas actually came over this way. So we lost some of the food supply over on this side, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. But it's hard keeping up the food supply right now because this area is just taking up so much. And I think we finally did feed those houses on the far side. So I think I don't actually need this bazaar. I think we're just struggling getting the food into this area, which should be okay, because I think, yeah, we definitely fed those houses with walkers from this side of the block, so it should be okay. Meanwhile, these, they need scribbles, because we do have papyrus in, by the way, so we can evolve houses no problem. And linen is also coming in as well, but, worker supply. I think I do need to put down a couple houses right there, because I think these guys are just walking up this way and not touching those houses, so that should solve that problem. High taxes discourage immigration. I hate this. We're at 3% taxes. Let's drop it to 2% taxes. There we go. All right, so besides all of that, everything's looking okay. We got 6 forts here, 3 infantry, 3 archers. All of this is going along quite nicely. That limestone we got, that gifted limestone, we have no use for it. And so I just deleted 1 storage yard of it. I'm keeping the other one, just in case, who knows. But yeah. We're just gonna keep on going here. And did these houses get enough food to actually be fed properly? 100, a little short on this side. Like these houses can hold up to like 300 units of, 350 units or 360 units of food. So we are a little short. How about this side? Is food keeping up on this side? Food is keeping up on this side, okay. Yeah. So this block is just a little large, I think. But as we evolve these houses, I think we'll be able to get probably up to 4,000, 4,500 people from these 2 blocks. And I'm not sure how many people will fit into this area, which we could... I suppose I'll just now resume importing this meat, which we will import to maintain 1,600, I guess. Because we currently set this to filling up to half, and then some will go into the granary. So once a bit more meat comes in, actually no, we could just start putting a bazaar down right now, shall we? We can go right here, and this can start buying not meat, but can buy chickpeas, pottery, and beer. And then we'll see how far we can evolve these houses to get. I think we should be able to get them to villas of some kind with 2 types of food, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, this crocodile has been killing quite a few of my walkers here. He's been popping on over and then killing people. So I'm wondering if I could use these archers to kill that. Can you guys just kill the crocodile? Oh, I'm so glad it's not a hippo. Meanwhile, these dancers are still walking around wherever they feel like. Come on, surely a full fort of archers can kill a crocodile. Surely they can. Come on. Really? I know crocodile hide is thick, but he's killed one of my archers. Come on, surely, really? Anyway, over here, our expensive area needs a courthouse, so let's go ahead and get a courthouse down. We're a little inefficient with our placing of things, but I think it doesn't matter too much. I'm not looking to have too many of these villas. We just need a few to really push up prosperity when we can. Wow, archers really cannot kill crocodiles, huh? Well, anyway, meanwhile, we are producing plenty of linen, which is going to be required for the monument. And the main thing we're not producing right now is luxury goods. So we do have space to import luxury goods here if we so desired. But that's going to be pretty expensive. So I'm going to wait for that. But yeah, this crocodile is just not dying. Wow. This thing's tougher than those Hyksos chariots. Anyway, let's see. Does not have access to courthouse, needs more entertainment. Entertainment. Musician. Entertainment. Dancer. Ah, the dancer glitch is striking again. So I thought deleting the jugglers might solve it. It seems like the dancers are not having any glitches down here, but over here, the dancer is definitely having some glitches. Look at it. It's spawning over on this side and not over there. Which I could fix this with Destination Walker, but it's gonna be a little tricky. This temple to set, I'm gonna have to shift over to this side. Again, it doesn't matter that it's touching two roads. It probably should fix it though, right? If I do that, I could just not have it doing that. Let's move that. We're gonna have this road come out this side. Will that actually work? This is so annoying. How could I actually make this work? If I have this road do that, and have this road just come all the way down this side, and have this road touch there, and have this road blocked like this, that crocodile is gonna kill my entire army. And I could put a dance school right here. This will actually have access to the house there, and the dancer will walk this way, and it will walk up this way towards the pavilion, so that the destination walker will force the dancer to walk this way. And why is the tax collector going up there? Surely you understand this roadblock means tax collectors do not go there. Walker glitches are so tricky to deal with. Now why is there a musician? Building this road here. Maybe if I... Now musicians are spawning out here, which is even worse. Can I just roadblock everything? Just roadblock this whole thing. This is so hideous. I hate this. I hate this. I hate doing this. There. Now will you spawn correctly? I think that will work. I think that will work. Now nothing will spawn on this road. Why does this have poor access to workers? You're passing this house no problem. Just... Why is that guy walking... Okay, no, that's fine. He walked back to... If I can get a dancer to spawn out here, that would be great. Maybe if I shift this road over a little bit so it does this, it'll more guarantee passing by that house. Maybe passing by one house. So I guess we can't kill is it dead? Is it dead? I think it's dead. Congratulations, we lost a couple archers, but that crocodile is dead. I hope it doesn't respawn. But it seems like passing by one house is just not cutting it, is it? So I think temporarily I will put a second house right there, and that should stabilize employment on this side. We've got linen over here, the mortuary is running. These houses now need basic education, so we can put down a scribal school right there. And we could give them a library as well, because why not? Go ahead and have a library. We've got papyrus, we've got linen. We can provide education to the people. And if this dancer actually spawns, it'll be okay. Meanwhile, is the tax dude spawning? No? The tax dude's not walking through correctly. He's just spawning and despawning, apparently. He's just spawning and despawning. These are the walker glitches that really make Pharaoh a difficult game, because even if you understand the mechanics, look at that, he spawns, and then just now he walked down here and disappeared. Now he's gonna walk up this way. Is he actually gonna finish walking around the block? He might be able to. Nope, he despawns right there. So I guess that is not going there, is it? Alright, so this is kind of interesting. I've been fixing up problems, and look at this. I've got 1 unit of plain stone in my warehouses. And this trader here, this guy.
I'll be a hero when I bring these goods back to my homeland.
Well, one good he brought from his homeland is a block of plain stone, which isn't supposed to be here, but I'm not even importing it. I mean, we're facing a few weird glitches on this mission, and also to fix the dancing glitch, I think putting the dance school inside the block has sort of solved that problem. Meanwhile, I have evolved these houses down here, and these houses here cannot evolve because they don't have a supply of beer? This is chickpeas. That's just buying chickpeas? Well, what was this one on? This is chickpeas. Did I turn off? Oh, I think I forgot that I turned off these markets buying certain things. But besides that, food has stabilized at least. Those markets will now stock up on the rest of those goods. And there is also an invasion on the way. Hopefully it's nothing too major, but we do have a full accompaniment of soldiers here. I had a problem with a bit of a crocodile here, which, can we can't quite kill it. Never mind, return to fort. Alright, so meanwhile, these things here have become fancy residences, very good. And I put this storage yard here, set to accepting luxury goods, and just to import a tiny bit, importing 200 units of incense here, because there's actually a few units of incense. And also, just so you guys know, I did actually update the widescreen mod. Turns out Crudelios might have updated his mod. The map now looks like this. It's actually much more functional. It just shows what's actually there, no more repeating, and it's just framed it up really nicely. Alright, so meanwhile, our population's just about 4,000 now with these houses evolving. Some of these houses evolved in weird ways, so I guess I could replace them, like doing that. The harvest from last season was pretty good. We've got quite a lot of chickpeas stocked up. Our market ladies seem to be bringing their stuff back. We are now supplying pottery and beer to these houses. Oh, I got confused. It's not that we didn't have these houses devolved. It's actually the market lady from the outside here must have supplied pottery to these houses, I guess, somehow. Oh well, we're now evolving all of these houses. This should get us quite a ways up in terms of population. And look at that, some of these are evolving. Oh no, they're devolving. Lost all access to scribal schools, really. Education, scribal school. Why is this not spawning an educator? It's okay down there. I gotta keep an eye on these things. Some of these things are behaving somewhat weirdly. I think I'm gonna have to try put like maybe another scribal school over there and see what's happening. I think we should be okay. We should be okay. But you can see some of these houses have now devolved again. I'm gonna clear up these single unit houses. Don't know what happened. It's okay. It's okay. The scribal school is not spawning a walker. Huh, isn't that interesting? Meanwhile though, let's check entertainment. Dancer. It's still not spawning correctly. But we're gonna be invaded in 1 month, alright, so we'll try and face off against that. We have a couple warships here. I hope we don't need more. But, alright, it's okay. We'll just keep on going. But look at this. Our city's become white. They need a courthouse, which we can provide. Let's just give these guys a courthouse right there. That should evolve these houses further. We're over 4,000 people. That's pretty good. And this should get us to maybe 5,000, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe he'll get us close. Alright, so let's deal with this upcoming invasion. Let's just speed things along. Here we go. Foreign army invades. Where are they coming from? Oh! They're invading from that side of the river, which, okay, have fun, guys. You can just stay over there. There's no way for them to cross, this. So they'll just hang around for a while and then leave. Alright, so let's get back to focusing on stabilizing our city, and I think we need to maybe split this up a bit. I think I'll set this one to getting the papyrus, so I can take off papyrus from this. Yeah? We'll just empty it for now. And that should speed things along a little bit. There we go. Just so the linen and papyrus aren't strained by the same warehouse. Alright, so things are looking okay. Just a few stability issues here and there, but I think for the most part it's gonna be okay. Okay, I see what's happened. This warehouse is taking linen out, and you can see here that he's actually right here. He's there, he's there.
That's okay. I can use the rest.
And the mortuary is actually full, so he can't put in the linen. And this 20 papyrus is apparently not enough to keep things going. So we don't actually need a second one of those. We need the papyrus to be here, getting up to a quarter papyrus there. So now that we've split the papyrus and linen into two separate facilities, that should solve that problem. We just have to wait for that to come on down. And meanwhile, these guys here have some chariots and stuff, but they're just gonna leave any second now. So it is funny that they can invade from there and then not be able to do anything. Yeah. And there we go, we are in debt, don't worry about that. But look at this housing block has now been upped to common residences, this one as well. A few smaller houses squeezed in here and there, not the worst thing. And also we've got these houses back up to fancy residences waiting for luxury goods. 2 units have now just come into that market, it's going to be able to buy that, turning these into villas of kinds. A couple luxury good units actually ended up in here because I forgot. And also I thought we already had a land trade route, but I was looking at the wrong one. Turns out the luxury goods come from a water trade route there, but I opened up a trade route with Fuenet here. And it's a land trade route which sells 2,500 units a year. So that's going to allow us to get the luxury goods we need without the complications of the water trade route, though I could always have the water trade route bring in some luxury goods from there. And also, the invaders have finally left. The chariots hung around for quite some time, but they're gone now, so that's okay. Meanwhile, our population should be going up. Very good. We have 15% unemployment, which is not the best thing. I guess I'll just squeeze in some of these for now. And also, we have... did the market take the luxury goods? The market did take the luxury goods. So that should... upgrade these houses. There we go. Common manors. Upgrading it again. Fantastic. To spacious manors and not enough variety of entertainment, which I think they have... oh no, we can have a Senate house as well. So we could fit a Senate house there. Which one of these is actually pottery beer? I guess we could fit a Senate house, but it costs 2,250. So I'm gonna wait on that until our trade does pick things back up again. We still have more beer to sell. Do we have more beer to sell? Beer is coming in. We're producing so much beer. I think we're just spending way too much money. But with these becoming spacious manors, that should bring in more tax income. Okay, and let's just double check our dancer coverage. There's still a dancer spawning there, and in the middle here, dancers are just spawning in all the wrong spots. Like this dancer here is supposed to be on the inside of this block. Doesn't have access to a courthouse, really. Didn't we have really nice courthouse access? Oh, it's because of the dance problem? Well, I guess we're gonna put a dance school right here. That's terrible, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Just, the dancer glitches is just, it's so difficult to deal with. At least down here is stable. At least down here is stable. I'm happy about that. Alright, let's keep on going. Would you look at that? I did actually anger the gods here. Ptah was dismayed by my disinterest, and he decided to destroy one of my storage yards. And which one did he destroy? The correct one, because this one was holding a bunch of like sandstone or something, and it was just a gift from someone, and it's not even touching anything. So I'm gonna let that burn to the ground. Meanwhile, let me just check the gods tab here. Set is really unhappy, and the others are resentful. And unfortunately, we're a little low on money right now, because I think our distribution of beer has sort of taken a toll on how much beer we have to export. So this is going to be a little tricky. But let's focus on Set for now. So let's go and put down a few shrines to Set. Where's a good spot to just put these for now? Wherever we can just use up some space and it is protected by fire and stuff. Yeah, let's just put down... No, let's not put it there. Trying to set... Is there any desirability issues? Or I want to save this space here for houses. So I'm just going to put it here, I think. If we put down 4 shrines to Set here. I know that's rather expensive. But also, we also have like a 5th spacious manor here, bringing in more people. So I'm pretty confident the current housing we have here will bring us over 5,000 people. And I've also squeezed in a few more breweries here and reduced weapons production, moved the physicians over, all of that, just to try and squeeze in more breweries. And I kind of want to like clear off this military academy, which is maybe I should clear off the recruiter and move the recruiter somewhere else. Because we have plenty of soldiers, and I'd like to just turn this all into breweries, right? Because that would actually help. Because it's going to be harvest season for more, August. Actually, no. We'll see if we actually manage to finish off our barley here. If we finish off the barley, then we don't need any more breweries. But if we don't finish off the barley before the next harvest, we could do with a couple more. And there we go. That storage yard is now gone. So long. Now let's try get out of debt before we lose too much kingdom rating here. Hopefully we can get out of it. Would you look at that? 5,000 people now live here. And we're upping our beer production by doing this. 3 more barley farms there. It's probably not the best fertility, 54, 42, 42, but employment, we have plenty of unemployment, so we'll get that going. Some of these houses are devolving because they've run out of... The schools run out of papyrus? Because... It's... Huh? Why? Why is this run out of papyrus? I mean, this storage yard here is filling with papyrus, getting beer. I guess I should set this to not really getting beer, right? We are increasing our beer production here, which is pretty good. I think with the new barley things, we could get things going some more. We're back in the black for money, so I think just for efficiency, I'm gonna destroy this military academy. I know that sucks and it's kind of expensive to replace it, but military seems to be okay for now. And we're just gonna go ahead and put down 3 more breweries there to compensate for the 3 farms we got there. Also, increasing taxes. I forgot about taxes. We put it back up. We're now bringing in 7,000. 7,000? Wow, that's actually really good. Well, looks like we're making money from taxes, which means we gotta get the gods happy again. Ra's still a little unhappy. How many shrines do we have? We need more for Ra, I think. We don't want Ra being too upset with us. So let's go ahead and squeeze in... we're gonna be invaded in 1 month. Okay, let's hope it's across the river again. Let's get a couple shrines to Ra down here and there. Money has started to flow back in, which is pretty good. This doesn't need to set to getting because we have breweries which are close by, so these breweries will actually put the beer into here, so that's fine. So this can now... Where is he getting beer from? Like, where is this cart pusher? Okay, he's back. Now, send out papyrus, please. We need that to go around. Why have these houses devolved? Alright, we stopped supplying beer. So now that money's back... Actually, money's actually doing very well, especially with the new taxes. I think these manors are actually helping quite a bit. We can now resupply beer to this area here, because it seems like they are devolving soon. Or some houses will devolve soon. It seems like the one-tile houses devolved for the lack of beer, but the two-tile houses still have a supply, I think. Yeah. Okay. Because one-tile houses, you can see, can only hold 4 units, whereas two-tile houses can hold 8, so... Yeah, it runs out first. Where are all these people going? We're being invaded. Across there again. We can ignore it. Good thing we have unemployment. I don't care about these houses moving out. Yeah, it's just the school. We've already solved that problem, so don't worry. So we did cross 5,000 people, and we'll get back to that. You can see some people are turning around. Don't worry about this. It looks bad, but it really isn't that bad. Alright, so... Checking our ratings. Prosperity, high unemployment. Okay, we can fix that. Kingdom rating. So we are gonna have to put down... What should I think I'll put down Dynasty Mansion so that we can actually get some... Where do I want to put this? I'll put down a Dynasty Mansion, which can actually go right... Oh no, it needs water. I'll put down a Dynasty Mansion so I can start sending gifts to Pharaoh to make sure that we can actually keep our ratings up. And I think I can fit it right there. So I'll find a good spot for it. But yeah, this invasion, it's pretty scary, but it's across the river. So this crocodile poses more of a threat. Alright, let's keep on going. And there we go, this Senate is finally working. And just looking at things, I think we sold beer out of this storage yard. I think that this trader...
Our long and dangerous trek
No.
here was for nothing.
Where'd he go?
I'll be a hero when I bring these goods back to my homeland.
This trader bought the beer out of this storage yard, which is kind of annoying. That's kind of annoying. I think to be safe, I'm going to set this storage yard to also getting some beer to try and bring it over. And also, we set this to getting for a very good reason, so I set it back to getting so that these storage yards don't get from this storage yard. And disease has struck there. Okay, not too concerned. Is it just that one house, not the one on the front? Okay, well, we'll leave that alone then. So this, although gets from there, it's mainly set to getting so that these storage yards get from here. And also, you can see I've split the papyrus to over this storage yard, so basically each storage yard can only support 2 trips. So if it's getting something and delivering something, then you need to leave it as that. So since this is getting beer, I decided to shift the papyrus over there. And you can see I'm squeezing in houses here and there. Each of these houses will support an extra 80 people, so that's 8, 16, 24, 32, 400. That's another 400 population, and unemployment is still having a little bit of difficulty. I think I'm gonna have to do something about that. I guess we can start putting down our culture dump somewhere. If I just find a spot for it. This road here, actually, why is this road built so weirdly? We can have a bit of a culture dump here. If I just hook these roads up and roadblock things appropriately, we can have a bit of a culture dump right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started. Let's get our... how do I want to position this? Firehouse and architect's post. And there can be a bit of a culture dump there, which should deal with some unemployment. Let's just put down Juggler's School, the Conservatory, and the dance school. Let's leave dances out of it for now. Alright, so all of this seems to be working appropriately. These Only 2 gods. Oh, we need to fit another god here to evolve these houses further. How do I do that? I think I'm gonna have to shift something around. Some of these roads are a little inefficient. I've got this dynasty mansion on the back here, mainly so that I can start boosting my kingdom rating, which I should be able to do now. There we go. That does help. So I'll start doing that every year for now, every 12 months rather. Now, how do I fit another temple here? I'm gonna have to work that out. I don't need those houses anymore, but alright, once I figure out how to squeeze another temple in here, we might actually be able to evolve these spacious manors one more step. Alright, I've figured out how to solve this problem without making things look too weird. I just realized I don't need these houses anymore, because this is touching that 3x3 there. So I can fit down another shrine not a temple rather, to Ptah is the one they don't have. That can go right there, and we can move the firehouse and the police station over to here. So come on, we're kicking you out. Goodbye. Low level housing. And that house just evolved again there, because we're doing a bit of testing. It's a stately manor. Ooh, that's pretty fancy. Police station can go right there. So now we've got 3 types of temples. Look at that. What was that message I just... Disease strikes. On the left there, that's fine. You guys can die. And look at that, we're up to stately manors, and needs a second type of luxury good like jewelry. And we could actually get a second type of luxury good. There's incense. Is there only one kind on this map? Oh, it's all incense. Okay, so this is the max level housing as far as I can tell, right? Yeah, so this is the max level housing. We've got 5 max level housing here. Watch them evolve. And I could have destroyed one of these statues and fit in a temple there, but that would just ruin the whole balance of everything, wouldn't it? There we go. Stately manors, stately manors. This is gonna get... look at that. Prosperity's off the charts. And also look at this, I've squeezed in a bunch of houses here because we're just feeding all of this to bring our population up. That brings in plenty of people. And looking at this, food is fine, so go ahead and help yourself to some pottery. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe not beer, though. Maybe not beer. I don't think we could support more beer. Maybe we could, actually. We actually might be able to get away with it. But anyway, these houses here are gonna bring our population up to its required 6,000, or at least very, very close to it, so that should be fine. And let me just double check. I have roadblocked there, right? Yes, I have. Okay. So we got a bandstand there, got a few things there, looking very good. And all right, so we're getting very close to our target. So at this point, I want to make sure I have everything I need in storage. Papyrus is a little low, linen is fine, beer is, well, we just wait for that. So we need to get in luxury goods. So I need to import a bunch of luxury goods, which is gonna be a pretty big hit to my money. But let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna wait for some more luxury goods to come in. We'll start stockpiling it. I won't put that in until we really need to. So now you can see my little juggler thing over there. Too few musicians. A little juggler thing here. Sort of. I realize I did need this road because of these farms here, but I have a juggler dump right there, so that's good. Meanwhile, let's get some bandstand stuff going, which I will try and figure out where I want that to be. So we'll get our culture rating going on up if we just look at here. Good, average. We need to get these up. Senate House being excellent is fantastic. But yeah, we'll get our culture rating up, and then we should be pretty close to winning. How long has it been since we've given a gift to Pharaoh? 10 months? All right, we'll wait a bit more, and we'll send another gift. And look at that, all these houses are now evolving, just no beer quite yet. You know what? I think we could afford to supply beer to this row of houses. Yeah? So it's like 60 in each house, 6, 12, 18, 24, 32. It's like 50 left in each, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you know what? We don't have to be super efficient with this. Lack of jobs deters immigration, that's fine. We'll squeeze in a few more houses there. That should get us to our desired population. If not, I'll delete some of these shrines. But we just need another 400 to our target population. And now let's go and get our employment settled, yeah? Alright, there we go. We've got 6,000 people just from squeezing in those houses there and evolving them up to modest apartments. I'm still really proud of these stately manners. 6,000 people means all that's left are the ratings. So culture is fine because I went ahead and put this little culture dump there with a pavilion, 2 bandstands, got all that going, very nice. Money is teetering on what we need. Kingdom rating's a little low and it's been 11 months, so we're just gonna wait 1 month before. Currently it's April. Let's let 1 month pass here. It's April. We wait May. There we go. Every 12 months it's got the most effect. So let's send a gift here. 12 months. Dispatch lavish gift. 71. Damn it. It's going to take a little bit longer there. But we do have everything we need to put into the pyramid here. So I'm just going to wait a little bit while here. And wait until we can give 1 more gift to Pharaoh, and then we'll be able to win this mission. Oh, wait. Unless I just send another gift now. Oh, we don't have enough money for another gift, right? We do have to wait 1 more year. Alright, it's been a few months here, and I just increased my salary a little bit here. So, okay, it's 71, and it's been 6 months. So when I send a gift, let's send a gift to Egypt rather, not send a gift to Pharaoh. Let's send a Lebanese cedar ship. Dispatch that, and it's enough, yes. So now we just have to drop everything in here, and just to make sure nothing falls apart, let's stop importing so much luxury goods. Let's put the papyrus in. Let's put the luxury goods in. Let's put the linen in, let's put the beer in, and let's put the weapons in. Everything's finished. And that means we just wait for that monument rating to go up, and there we go. Victory! We've finally done it! We've finally done it! Yes! This map was somewhat tricky, very tricky actually, mainly because the exports are only beer, and we can't really do much else about that. But we made it! Finally, let's go ahead and proceed.
Egypt rejoices. The Hyksos have been expelled from our land, and under your leadership, Egypt is reclaimed.
Alright, that is the end of the first mission in the final main dynasty in Pharaoh. Egypt rejoices, so do I. Anyway, there's our final stats right there. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for joining me on this little mission. And we've got a long road ahead of us, and a lot of chariots are on that road. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. That's the end of the first mission in the final dynasty of Pharaoh, not counting Cleopatra. And I will see you in the next video.